What's up, everybody? How's it going? There's always a super weird delay on Facebook between Zoom and Facebook. So I think we are live right now. So I just wanted to say hello. And we are here with some really, really amazing ladies. And we're talking about business opportunities in 2021 and what each of us is looking forward to in this new year. I saw a graphic the other day. It was like 2020 plus one. I was like, how accurate is that, right? But the one common thing, besides all of these ladies being amazingly beautiful and smart and awesome entrepreneurs, is that we are all speaking at the Branded by Women conference. And so we just wanted to get together today and talk about what we're looking forward to in 2021 with business opportunities, as well as remind you guys that all of these ladies here are going to be at the Branded by Women conference. And there are so many more with really, really just great training, great stories to tell, great growth is going to happen. So whether you are a guy or a girl, get over there, get your free ticket now. And yeah, let's get into it. So I just want to go around this virtual table here and let each of these ladies introduce themselves. I will start. As you guys know, I'm Amy Weiss from Amazing at Home. I mean, this is on my channel right now. So, but also from the Seller Roundtable podcast, we're going to be broadcasting this on the podcast as well. And I love helping Amazon sellers and e-commerce founders create differentiated, amazing products and launch them in the marketplace with confidence. That's what we're all about. So, and I'm also an Amazon seller myself. I've been selling on Amazon since 2007. I love e-commerce, but I just love this journey even more and being here with all of you amazing ladies. So I would love to introduce next Valerie Gilday. Valerie, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about you?
So hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Valerie Gilday. I'm based out of Montreal, Canada. I have a clean beauty company. I sell on Amazon, Canada, US, and I'm wholesaling to brick and mortar stores now. And I also have a Shopify website. So we've been in operation for 1.5 years. And the main characteristics about my products is that they are totally non-toxic. They're in-flight formats. They're for all skin types. So I'm going to be focusing really on the personal care and the beauty category. And my Branded by Women presentation is about product development. So I'm going to be talking about challenges that people face when they're developing products. I'm going to be talking about local versus overseas product development. And also I'll be referring to my product so that if you have an idea, you can kind of relate to it. And I think there's going to be something useful for everyone to learn.
I'm so glad that you added what your presentation was about. Like, duh, Amy, why didn't you ask that? So that's amazing. And you're talking about product development. That's one of my favorite topics. My presentation is all about perfecting your pitch. So whether you're talking to buyers, whether you're talking to customers, it's all about kind of perfecting that pitch in your copy and in your way of explaining your business. So Michele.
You're so good at that, Amy. I mean, really, like, I don't know when you sleep because I see you like all over every social media and Clubhouse and all of them. I'm like, can you just sleep so the rest of us can get something, can feel good about ourselves? That would be great. So hi, everybody. I'm Michele Burnham-Smith, Queen of Amazon Messenger Chatbots. I've been on Amy's channel as well as all over the world, teaching and training the Amazon community on how to use ManyChat and chatbots to help you rank and increase reviews and all of that fun stuff. And yeah, like there's a lot, my session on Branded by Women, I'm going to be sharing some really killer keyword strategy techniques to help you use while you're doing your keyword research for your ranking campaigns, product launch campaigns, all of that fun stuff. I'll also be sharing my entrepreneurial journey, and like one of the big words that I came away from 2020 with, and probably a lot of you who are out there, is the word resilience. And I feel like that's been a word that has followed me throughout my whole career, not just my entrepreneurial journey, but my corporate career as well. And so I'm excited to kind of give you guys some of the lessons that I've learned through the years, along with some chatbot strategies as well.
Awesome. Well, this next lady, you'll notice she has a tan because she's been hanging out in the sunshine. We were just talking about, you know, how great her tan is looking. Yana, why don't you introduce yourself?
Thank you so much. I mean, this is really a rare occasion when I can say that I have tan, because I'm a natural ginger and I don't have any tan ever. I just get, you know, freckles and red. But anyways, my name is Yana and I'm the owner of Royalty Translations. We are the leading Amazon dedicated translation agency out there. And we really, I can't wait to talk about more international marketplaces. Today, I think it's going to be really interesting. I think that Amazon is going, to global expansion more than ever. But on Branded by Women, I would not be talking about any of my expertise for the first time in my life. I've always been talking about, you know, what we do and the keyword research and the strategy, localization, stuff like that over like 30 live conferences. But now I'll be talking about something that's, I think it's really important for me and for a lot of people that I know. And that's why is talking about mental health still such a taboo. And this is something that I think a lot of people struggle with every day. And I put together this presentation and I'm really curious to see how people are going to respond to it, because it's going to be, I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm calling out some type of people, but I just want to people to recognize themselves through my examples and take some actions that could change their life to better this week or next week whenever they hear the presentation. So I'm really excited about that. Super nervous because I've never talked about that before. And I'm also talking about some of my own struggles and, you know, seeing therapists for a couple of years and how like, I'm still fighting with a lot of problems. But this is something that I think people would not share so easily. But once you hear that somebody has been struggling with these problems, I think I could inspire a lot of people to take some actions today. Hopefully, I really hope so.
Oh, Yana, that is so cool. You know, what I love about the Branded by Women conference is we have just women from all different types of businesses and all different types of backgrounds and cultures and passions. And I just appreciate so much a conference that doesn't just focus on, you know, all business all the time, because business is about more than just making sales and, you know, hiring and day-to-day things. It is really life. And that's that. Yes. It's so important that we take the time to talk about mindset and talk about taking care of ourselves. And I love that you're talking about that. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. How's it going, darling? Please introduce yourself. What time is it in Tel Aviv?
It's 9 p.m. It's fine.
Okay, it's not too bad. Early, right? Because you usually work kind of late.
Yeah, I do. It's a good time. It's my second shift after the kids go to sleep. So great. So my name is Yael. I'm an attorney, originally a trademark attorney. I started working with Amazon sellers in 2015. We represent probably around 5,000 sellers over the years. We do IP and suspensions. We help sellers with all kind of problems. I'm also one of the co-founders of Fortunet, which is an investment banking firm where we help sellers selling the business. So we're dealing with the problems and we're dealing with the fun part, kind of, you know, both. On Branded by Women, I decided to talk about the challenges that sellers go through. We as well through the process, but I will be talking about suspensions and severe problems and how the way the seller has reacted has really changed everything. And Michele was talking about resilience. I think that with Amazon, it's even, you know, being a fighter. And we really see a correlation between how the seller reacts to a certain problem or a crisis on Amazon, and then the fact that they become super successful. So bottom line is that you need to be a fighter to sell on Amazon, but I'll give examples and hopefully help some of the sellers.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've heard so many of your presentations, and I know you've come and spoken in my mastermind group, and it's great having so much experience because dealing with with Amazon, sometimes they just do crazy things that none of us understand. So it's great to hear from someone that has a lot of experience dealing with a lot of different issues, but also has experience resolving some of those issues. And I think that's good to know. So I would love us to just talk about, number one, what are we working on in 2021? Like, have you set a big goal for yourself for 2021, or a small goal? Either one. And I don't really want to like call people out this time, so I'll let anybody kind of go next. But what goals are you ladies working on in 2021? Or do you have something that you're really, really wanting to accomplish? And if so, what is it?
I don't mind going. We can go in order. You all are so amazing. I think everybody has so much to learn from all of you ladies, including myself. I feel like I've only been in business 1.5 years. You ladies have so much experience. But basically, I think that one thing we all have in common, whether it's a product-based business or a service-based business, we have to ask ourselves what's staying here post-pandemic and what are we leaving behind? And especially in the skincare category, people are bringing that home. They're bringing their personal care at home because a lot of the spas were closing. Even the boutiques where all the products were available to try and test out. People are changing their habits, and we have to determine, okay, is this going to stay here post-pandemic? And one of the things I'm forecasting for myself, because I'm in Montreal and stores are slowly starting to reopen right now. I actually was working on my vision board last week, and basically starting March 1st, I set myself numbers of retailers I would like to expand into, because I think that consumers are going to be so excited to go back and shop and experience the product firsthand. So that's one of my goals. And in skincare, I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye out for ingredient trends and things that we'll be using at home. So maybe it's like skincare tools, different kinds of like organizers and things like that. And one thing that I actually kind of had to let go of for my brand was the in-flight and travel trend, because that was a huge target market for me when I started my business. It was the travelers. So all my products are in-flight formats. So that's going to be slowly coming back, probably, I mean, I would say like starting maybe in 6 months. So I'll be hopefully welcoming that target market back to purchase my products.
I love that you're focused on what you said about, what am I going to kind of leave in 2020 and what am I going to continue into 2021? I'm actually doing the same, Valerie. I'm expanding into retail this year. I've really put a lot of focus into that. I'm maximizing the Amazon channel, but also, expanding into retail. And my goal by the end of 2021 is to be firmly established in one big box channel. Or at least have a foothold there, right? I realize that I might not be, across all the channels, but, or across all the stores, but at least, have a really good regional test going. So I have similar goals there, and I'm in the pet industry, so I don't have the travel issue as much, but I'm also thinking about new opportunities for my goals, right? So we love our pet brand and we love this journey that we've been on, but I'm excited to try new things. So thinking about what I also want to leave behind in 2021 is I would like to sell my pet brand. So I'm, setting that up to be able to sell that business and play again. I really want to play again in a new category. And I think that's what's so wonderful about this business and this industry is that we can play again. We can make multiple brands. We can try again in a new category. We can connect with new customers and do lots of really great things. So so that would be my goal is getting it ready to sell, but also continuing to grow my brands this year. So awesome. Anybody else want to share a goal this year?
I just want to say that about 90% or 95% of our clients that sell the business do it again. And I gotta say that the second time is shorter, really shorter. Like the first time it takes you 4 years to get to a certain point, and then it takes about a year and a half to get to the same point because you have more knowledge and you have more money. So it's just faster. You also choose sometimes better categories. Like some of the sellers went into complex categories where they had, you know, tons of SKUs and it was really complex. Then they take a category with just 2 or 3 SKUs. So by the way, pet category is very, very popular lately. Since COVID, I think it's the one category most of the buyers are really interested in. So just so you know.
Oh, thank you. That's a good tip.
Yeah.
Good time to sell.
Good time to sell, yeah.
Exactly.
I know, I would say that's the biggest battle that I have because, you know, part of me, it's all about timing, right? You know, we love our businesses, especially this is my first brand. So like you were saying,
it's your baby.
It's like,
It's
yeah,
your
it's
baby.
my baby. And I've got so much, you know, I've got a couple of patents and intellectual property. And you know, it's like, man, I don't want to let it go because there is so much potential, but also that's a really great time to let it go when it's like, you know, it's doing well and it has so much growth potential for another business owner. So yeah, it's hard. It's a hard decision to make. The timing thing is really tough. And I'm finding, you know, we set up our goals to reach so that we could really be in a good position by the end of the year to be happy to sell it. And I'm finding like, goodness, it's already February. What is happening to 2021, right? Like it's kind of like 2020 where everything went really, really fast or the days were kind of running together. So yeah.
I just want to point out, like, Valerie, I really love that. And I feel like this is like a really important quality of entrepreneurs and business owners is that, you know, like you saw that your travel products were like, that it wasn't the time for the travel products, right? And even if that was like a big part of your business, that you were okay to like let it go and shift. I think too much of what I have both seen in 2020, like what's made or broken, I think, businesses in 2020 was their inability to let go of what wasn't working, you know, of looking at and been like, but we've always, and this is how we've always done things, and been like, you know what? It's time to shift to Zoom, even if you're going to be in a kitty filter, you know, a cat filter the whole time while you're doing your legal stuff. Did you guys see that yesterday? It was so fun.
It was really fun.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at it. It's everywhere.
I do.
But like, I think that that's such an important quality of entrepreneurs, and good for you to like, be like, you know what, I'll come back to it. Let it go, you know, like just move forward. And because I think too many times, like, you know, like Amy, we get attached to our babies. We get attached to, you know, the current things. And I know in this last year, you know, the year started out strong, and I mean, gosh, of any industries that people could be in, gosh, we were really blessed to be in the Amazon world, right? I'm really glad that we weren't in like the restaurant space or, you know, one of those other places that just got decimated. So we were set up for, you know, already in a category that in the space that benefited from the, you know, from economic conditions. But that being said, I feel like I've still had to like look at, okay, what needs to change, what needs to be different, and do hard things and eat the elephant. You know what I mean? Like, and this last year, I finally had to just break down and eat the elephant. And the result of that is that I'm launching my own SaaS platform here in a couple of weeks called EasyBot. And it makes chatbots easier for Amazon sellers. And instead of holding on to that space of like, I really want every single Amazon seller out there to just learn how to do this for themselves, I'm like, screw it. They become too complex. They become too big. I just got to make it easier. I got to make it easier for the marketplace. And it is not a small thing to launch a SaaS business, guys. It is not a small thing. And I feel both proud and terrified. So pray for me.
You know, that's so true, because it really, what you did though, Michele, is you were like, wow, I know my customer. And even though I really want in my heart for them to learn how to do this, because it's easy, it's not that hard, and they can totally learn to do it. You said, no, what they want is for it to be easier. So even though that's not what I think they need, you know, you're caving into that.
But the reality is that they have become hard, and they've become even hard for me. And I'm a chatbot expert. If they're hard for the queen, they're going to be hard for us. They're going to be hard for the, and I do have, and I have compassion for Amazon sellers. I see what you guys go through. Like, yeah, like you were saying, it is, you have to be a fighter to work and play on Amazon. Like if you want to be successful, you have to be resilient. You have to take the punches. You got to fight back. And I see what you guys go through on a daily basis. And I'm like, I want one aspect of their lives to be easy. Let it be this, let it be something that I can control, you know? So that's like enough for me, but that's one of the big things that, you know, that I've been working on, saying goodbye in 2020 to difficult, complex chatbots, and hello to something, an easier way.
I mean, and that's an incredible opportunity that also serves the customer. And I think when we talk about business opportunities, we have to look at, are we serving our customers, even with our products? You know, like Valerie was talking about, yeah, they don't need travel products right now, but they're going to need them again. And I'm looking forward to serving them with that. I think all of us with our products, a lot of new brand owners, you know, clients that I've talked to, they struggle because that product did so good before, right? And now maybe it's not so good, and it's hard to sometimes let it go or make a decision to reorder. And I think also, you know, as you get customer feedback, especially like for me, you know, with my invented product, it was such a long journey to bring that thing to market. It was so hard to just let go of, oh man, you know, it's too large. I had to collapse it down and make it smaller. And, you know, you can't please everyone, but you do need to listen to the customer feedback. It can't just be like, oh, this is my baby. And it's, you know, so I think seizing opportunity is all about listening to the customer.
Right, totally. But if I'm hearing baby all the time, and since we're selling those businesses, where, as I said, hearing this, it's my baby all the time. And I was telling to my partner, did you notice that we're in the business of selling babies? I mean, this is, but now seriously, I mean, people do get attached to their account, to their business, especially if they've been doing that for 4 years. But, you know, we speak with them right after they sold the business, and they have this relief, you know, I did it, I got it, I finished. Now I can start over. There's no stress. There's nothing. If it doesn't work out, it's fine. So there's this relief. I mean, for us, and going to the business opportunity topic that we're discussing, I think that most of the sellers are starting to realize now this huge opportunity there is on the exit part and on this entire industry. I mean, there's about $1.5 billion, almost $2 billion of money that's waiting to just buy Amazon businesses. And whoever knows how to build a brand is really lucky now. I mean, imagine like every dollar you're making is probably $4. I mean, if your profit is 200K this year, it's actually an 800K business or more, even more. So there's a huge opportunity right now for sellers. I mean, this year, you probably heard of all these aggregators and new companies coming into this space, just wanting to buy new businesses. Today, for each business that we're selling, I can tell you there's the last one we had like 19 offers on this account that, you know, there's no invention, there's no patent, it's not as good as yours. And there were so many offers because buyers are just looking for that now. So I think that for sellers, there's a crazy opportunity now. If I knew how to build brands, I would do that. In the meantime, I'll just, you know, help the sellers. And you know, and that's
well, and
that's,
what you're doing in connecting buyers and sellers is also a business opportunity. It is a need that's in the marketplace that you have observed and been able to, and I mean, outside of,
it's not about connecting. I think it's about, I mean, we're on the sell side only. We are the opportunity that we saw is helping the sellers and educating the sellers what to do so that they can maximize the value of that exit. Connecting is not, I mean, I guess most of everybody knows the buyers. There's no, it's not about that. It's about really helping them, like knowing exactly what to do and understanding where they are and what they could do so that they can get, it's a lifetime event, right? So that they can get to the maximum value of that particular baby that they they created.
that's awesome. And I think so many people too in this e-commerce industry as a whole are also working on launching. A lot of people realize the opportunity in this industry and they are working on launching. We've had more sellers than ever before enter this market, and they all want to get to the point where maybe some of them want to get to the point where they can sell. Others, you know, you might want a business like this that you keep going, and that's okay. So I think that's another big thing, that it presents new opportunities for service-based businesses to serve that newbie community that's really trying to get in. We've got a lot of brick and mortar store owners as well that are working to add some e-commerce channels that, you know, I've had so many even service-based businesses like salon owners and stuff like that reach out to me and say, hey, I really would love to get into this e-commerce thing. You know, I've been kind of impacted by everything going on with COVID. So I think beyond 2021, we're going to continue to see this impact of the shift to online and to digital based platforms and businesses and sales. So there's a lot of opportunity for new people getting into the business that want to build something that they can eventually sell, and also those service providers to pivot like Michele did and go, hey, maybe I need to offer some software, right? For us at Amazing at Home, what we're focused on doing is creating that support. So many business owners don't get to the point where they actually launch. Right? They get stuck in this, you know, I don't know what to do. There's so much information out there. So we are really focused this year on creating a community and an experience unlike anything else as far as education. You know, we have a graduate level program that really walks them through step by step what they need to do. But alongside of that, we found that your success as a business owner and being able to launch is directly related to your support in your community. You know, if you don't have that support at home, if you don't have that support where you can go and ask the questions, your chances of never making it to launch are so much higher. So we really wanted to change that up and create not just a course, but a community that's kind of tied into our course. So we're working really hard on just making that unlike anything else. That's more like, you know, having that support right alongside of moving through those motions. We're hoping to help more and more of those new business owners that are trying to get into this industry do it in a really great way. So I'm looking forward to that. What about you, Yana? We haven't heard from you yet. What is your top goal and opportunity that you're seizing in 2021?
Well, first of all, I would like to build a team of 100 people. So right now, there's 60 of them on our payroll, which is still, I think it's a decent number. But yes. I wanna make it to 100 this year, and I also want to. So now we're going like strong 7 figures. So I want to do 8 figures 2021. I think that's possible. And every morning I wake up and I'm like, we're gonna do it, and send this message to the universe, and like I'm projecting, and I'm just hoping that I mean, not hoping, I'm really working hard on that. So I don't know if that's possible this year, but this is what like my plans for 2021 are. Also, I might get into selling. I'm still talking about this, like negotiating, blah, blah, but we'll see. I'd like to go into like a beauty category, but we'll see about that. I would definitely like to go into seller waters, because now I'm not doing that much of operational work. So now I finally have time to do something else on the side. I've been wanting to get into selling for the last 2-3 years, but I just didn't have time. You know, I was working 20 hours a day, and now like people on my Instagram, like they still see my, you know, stories and stuff, and they're like, do you even work? Like, do you even have a job? You know, people are just like asking me that. And I'm really happy because now I can actually do whatever I want. And actually, I'm in Puerto Rico for business. We have tons of clients here, you know, because like, you know, a lot of US clients, they moved to Puerto Rico because of 4% corporate tax. So it's actually business here as well. So it's like, you know, business and pleasure is always, you know, when I travel, I kind of add a little bit more to pleasure. But that's basically it. And I really want us to go and just maybe, you know, diversify in sense of like more European marketplaces, not just Amazon only. But I would want us to basically help sellers in any other way when it comes to international expansion. And as I said, like last year, like last 7-8 months have been insane. I've seen insane growth in people who want to expand to international marketplaces. And I'm talking now about like huge brands. We're also working with like some furniture brands from US who've never been to, on Amazon before 2020. And now they're like, you know, having like their 20,000 pair in ASINs. They want to go to Europe. And we've had a couple of these like insanely big clients, which we've never seen, you know, earlier. It was just like private brands, and you know, like these guys are going from like brick and mortar like to Amazon, and then from Amazon US to global expansion, which is really interesting because I'm pretty sure that a couple of years ago they would not have done any international expansion. They would have stayed on the US marketplace. So that's really interesting. But yeah, I'm definitely, you know, happy with how everything is going, and I just I'm really happy that I'm gonna find more time to do some different things, and we'll see how that goes. Definitely.
I mean, a team of 100 people.
Crazy.
That's all of us were just like, you know, I think, you know, inherently in e-commerce, you know, we don't really need big teams, you know, we have very small teams. So, you know, we're all in awe of you in that you have built this incredible team. I can't even imagine that. You've done what so many of us want to do in terms of removing ourselves from the business. That's another big.
Yes, I mean, that was really hard. I mean, it took me like 2.5 years to learn how to do that. And I was the one that was always like holding my business back for such a long time. And because I was so afraid to delegate. And once you understand that like nobody's gonna do the job the way you're gonna do it, but if you find someone that's good enough, then that's absolutely fine. And you should not stress yourself over that. It's not gonna be perfect, but the important thing is it going to be done? And you know, if you get the results and you know it's like checked in your Asana, whatever you guys use, then you know it's like, okay, well I've done something good for my team. And that helps you scale, like the way you just, you know, step away from your business. I mean, now I'm not doing any operational work, but now I can focus on something that I didn't have time to focus on for such a long time. And like do like more creative and fun stuff that I wanted to do. And you know, like I could maybe finally this year go into selling, which I've been, you know, really interested and eager to start and to finally, you know, start with that. But that was not possible before, I don't know, mid 2020, I think, when I stopped doing a lot of operational work. Definitely.
That's super inspiring. I just want to like throw that out there. There's not enough, like you're an empire builder, and there are not enough female empire builders out there. You know, I think we don't give ourselves permission, you know, either on purpose or because we just don't think we deserve it, or we don't think we don't believe in ourselves. So good for you, because I know that like mental health is a part of that journey. Heavens, I was telling my assistant today I need to go on some medication because I'm like like a high anxiety.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, and I'm like being a CEO is so painful. It's awesome, but like true success is what you're experiencing right now. The ability to step away from your business and have it still succeed is the truth.
Yeah, exactly. I also like, yeah, thank you for pointing out to the mental health, because I think that's personally very, very important. And for instance, for me, if I hadn't worked on that much, I would not be here where I am right now, because this is something that also holds you back. People don't think it's important, and people just don't pay attention to that. They're just like, I'm a little bit depressed or whatever. It's like gonna be like 2 days, I'm gonna be fine on the third day. And you can have like a quick fix, but you actually need, to dig deeper and then to go into your inner self and be like, okay, what's my real problem? And that is something that's the most difficult thing I've done ever. Not like building business or like having a 60 team members or, arguing with clients or whatever, not getting paid and stuff like that. But actually, like facing yourself and facing your own problems, that was the toughest thing I've done in my life. And I understand why people don't want to do it, because it's so incredibly hard. And the results you're going to have are just kind of, those are baby steps you're making, right? Those are not like, I'm not going to be a new person, or I'm not going to have this amazing ability in a week. It's probably going to take me years, or I don't know, maybe I'll never get to this level where I want to be, but you'll definitely see some improvement. But it is really, really hard. And we as entrepreneurs, we want to see like results and this and that and conversion rates, and come on. And you're not going to see a good conversion rate, while doing your mental health. But this is something which is a long-term investment, and definitely something that could change your life and affect all other aspects in your life, as it has done to my life, definitely.
I love how you pointed that out, that, we do build walls up for ourselves, and we kind of prevent ourselves from getting to that next level. And it's definitely tough. So, this has been so, so helpful. I want to do one more around the table and just ask you all along this line of professional goals. We have also covered some personal goals. And I know, all of us have personal things that we're wanting to, barriers maybe that we're wanting to overcome. For me, and I've always wanted to learn to play the piano. I've played it by ear my whole life. I know Yana plays the piano, but I took lessons with my family. And so we take lessons every Wednesday. And so that was like one of my personal goals that I set up. But for me, this year is the year that I write a book. Like, I am writing a book this year. I'm getting it done. I've done low content books. Like, I have a couple of devotionals on the market and a professional's task tracker. But this year, I really, really want to use all of this knowledge that I've gained in helping so many entrepreneurs and put that out there. And also, my knowledge and skill in planning has really helped a lot of people be super productive in their businesses and grow. And so I just really want to put that into a book, and I've already started on it, but that's my big personal goal for this year. That's that I have to accomplish. I need to get that thing on a timeline and get it moving. So what about you, Valerie? What is a personal goal that you're working on in 2021?
So I'm already starting today. I want to surround myself with people that are significantly smarter than me, so that I can learn from them and just absorb as much knowledge as I can. And Amy, you're writing a book. Well, I want to start reading them more, because that is something that I've struggled with for a while. But I actually started about 2 months ago this morning routine that's really, really helping me. I wake up, I don't touch my phone for at least 1 hour. I don't look at it. And then I put a timer next to me, and I put 20 minutes of reading. So whether it's like right now, I'm reading Dr. Joe Dispenza's book. So hopefully that'll motivate me a little bit more to get into meditation, hopefully. And so that's something that really helped me so far. In terms of other personal goals, those right now are the main ones, but I have a 2-week goal that I want to start waking up at 6 a.m. every morning. So hopefully I can work my way up to 5:30 a.m. eventually, because I really want to maximize my productivity in the mornings. I feel like a lot of the successful CEOs, they talk about basically getting up early, getting everything done before the rest of the world wakes up. So, yep.
I'm definitely an early riser. I get up every morning and go to the gym, and I learned this trick. Do you hit the snooze button? I'm a snooze button hitter, right? My husband gets right up and he's like up moving, but this trick that I learned, and I forgot the name of the lady who teaches that, but it's like the 5-second rule basically. And It's like, as soon as a thought comes in your head about doing something, you just have to start moving towards it. So like if there's somebody that you think you want to talk to, right, but you're nervous and you're not sure, just start moving towards that person in the room and just go for it, right? Because you know, so if you just, like when you're trying to get up in the morning, if you struggle with getting up early, if you count to 5 and make sure that your feet hit the floor before the end of that 5 seconds, it's just like this mental kind of switch. And so I tried that for a long time, and it was really, really helpful in helping me not stay in bed until the absolute last possible minute before having to go to the gym, right? So I love your goals, Valerie. They're awesome. What about you, Michele? What are you working on for personal goals this year?
So like I want a truly location independent lifestyle. So Yana's like a prime example. I don't necessarily want to like travel the world, but we bought a big fifth wheel trailer a few days ago, actually. It's been a little over a week. And I really want to just, you know, I think that, like, just quick backstory, my origination story is corporate marketing. So I worked for many of the largest companies in the United States in their corporate marketing departments. And it was all like, you had to show up and be in your cubicle and be seen. And it was all very political. And it was all this, you know, and one of the greatest things that's come out of not just entrepreneurial life, but out of 2020 was the realization that we can be productive without having to be in an office, you know, like throw that away. I think that mindset just serves so many other people and can create like a global workforce instead of just like a centralized local based workforce. Of course, that doesn't fit everybody. Anyway, long story short, it's always been a dream of mine to travel the world. My parents were in the military, and one year they had to get stationed. They got stationed in Panama, and they took their motorhome and drove it from Washington State to Panama. And that's like an origin story of like my family, you know, and it's always been in me. I was not alive during that time. I wasn't born yet, but it's like lived inside of me. And now with just kind of like kids having virtual school and work being more flexible, I just really want to have a situation, and hopefully Starlink with internet can be a little bit more stable. And my goal is like this time next year to be like on the road and just be like, we go where the road takes us, you know, and just follow adventure. I feel like I feed off of adventure, but I also love stability, you know? So I want to be able to have like both. That's really what I want.
I love that goal. That's incredible. And I know a lot of people who like, you know, live that type of lifestyle. They take their kids along, everything, and they really love it. So I super admire that goal. What about you, Yael? What are you up to for personal goals this year?
So I want to get where Yana is, basically.
We all want to be Yana.
I want to be Yana. No, so I mean, on the business side, I guess I got to a point at the law firm where things are running very smoothly, and I have more time to do other things. But then I started another business, and you start all over when you start a new business. And it was 2 years ago, and still working super hard on the second company. And I guess my goal is once I get there on the second company, kind of appreciate the not working 20 hours a day. And I really hope it will happen this year, because on the one hand, I'm like workaholic, I'm a junkie, I'm like all the time on my phone working, and I like it. But on the other hand, there are times where I'm super tired. I've just worked all the time. And on like weekends, I just sleep all day long sometimes when my kids let me. So really my goal is to get there as fast as possible, and then not create another business, just, stay there and enjoy it. That's really the goal.
That's an entrepreneurial sickness, is that you can't just create one business. Like once you get over the fear and the not knowing, then it's just like, I can't stop. Somebody stop me. I can't stop.
But I'll learn how to stop this year.
Well, and it's like you meet all these great people when you take the leap into entrepreneurship. You meet all these people who think like you and who are crazy like you.
Yeah.
And suddenly the floodgates open of opportunities, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'd be crazy not to do that, right? I did something similar, where I had 5 companies at one time, and I dissolved one, and then the end of 2020, I dissolved 2 more. So now I just have my private label and my and Amazing at Home, my consulting firm. And it's,
but by the way, if you hear Yana, she's gonna do the same thing. She's, if you didn't hear, she got to where she wants, and then now she's gonna start a private label. And yeah, so we all have the same sickness, right?
but it's a great sickness to have. We can't get rid of it. It's amazing. I love it. Yeah, but I'm with you, Yael, about being burnt out. We do have to manage it, and we have to make sure that we're enjoying the journey, right?
Exactly.
Well, what about you, Yana? I mean, you already did tell us that you want to start selling, but that's not really a personal goal. So
Yeah, well, my personal goal is nothing exciting as you guys like share about the personal goals, like traveling and getting time for yourself and stuff. So my goal for this year, hopefully I will reach this goal this year, and that is to I'm a big hedonist. Okay, so I cannot say no to anything, like from drinks to amazing food, and I'm a really big foodie. So like whenever I travel, I completely lose my routine. Like I completely just fall out of my routine, and I can't go back to it. Like after my trip is done, and unfortunately my trips are like 2 months long, and then I go back home, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start, proper nutrition, like workouts again, blah blah. But then I've made such a big problem to myself that I cannot just kind of jump back into my routine. So my problem, and what also I'm trying to do here right now, but like for instance, Puerto Rican food is like all deep fried. They don't have like grilled fish and anything, which I was hoping for. And so I'm just gonna trying to work out all this time. But I've been eating a lot of junk food. I mean, Puerto Rican junk food, and I'm not really happy about that. But I mean, I'm pretty sure there is a way how you stop it, like how you kind of keep the balanced nutrition, and then at the same time you can enjoy some of the local dishes. But I'm still struggling with that, and that's been really horrible for me, because like my weight goes like this, like literally like for the last couple of years, and I'm so freaking sick and tired of it. And I just really want to just have control over that when I travel. When I'm home, it's not a problem, but when I travel, it's a complete disaster, and I don't take care of myself like at all. So I really want to take over the control of my life when I travel, like eat and have balanced nutrition and sleep, and I don't sleep much, and so I really hope that I can find out the secret behind all of that, because I know everything in theory perfectly well, but I just cannot do it in practice. And I know a lot of other people do it, and I don't know how they do it. I'm just not that personality. Like I'm weak. I don't know. But this is what my personal goal is.
I have faith that if you can build a team of 100 people and remove yourself from business, that you can figure this out. I think you're going to do it.
I've been telling myself like that I am capable of doing so many other things that demand control and, like a lot of sacrifice. Then why is this food problem such a big problem, like drinks and everything? But I don't know, maybe just the way I am, and that's nothing I can do.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm terrible when I travel too. I want to eat all the things. I'm not, it's like calories don't exist.
Yeah, no, it doesn't count. Yeah.
I want to experience everything, right? But I think it's about like also kind of forcing yourself, because I also don't work out very well when I travel. So I think that, it's a balance, but it's good to have that personal goal.
This gets worse as I grow older. So now I'm not gonna say I'm 35, and it's going like it's taking more and more time, and it's just gonna go worse from this point. And it's gonna take more and more time. And I'm supposed to get married this year. Hopefully, we'll see. And I really have to, kind of stop eating right now today.
I'm gonna get married and I have to stop eating. I love it. Well, ladies, I just think it's so great to have you today, and thank you for taking time out of your incredibly busy schedules. Well, except for Yana, no, I was kidding. Incredibly busy schedules to be here with me today and to help me spread the word about this incredible conference that we're all part of, and also to give some value to our audience. And I got so much value just out of being here with you today and hearing about your goals and what you're working on, and learning more about you. So I just appreciate that so much. I guess we should at least tell people where they can reach you if they want to follow up on anything that you said. We'll go around real quick and then we'll end today's call. So Valerie, how can people get in touch with you?
I think the easiest place would be Instagram. So @ValerieGilday. I've been on Clubhouse for a week now. I love it. So if you ladies ever want to do a live chat or whatever, I'm into it. My tag on there is Valerie.Gilday. And the name of my company is Première Classe Skincare.
Love it. Michele?
If you want to email me personally, you can email me at Michele with 2 L's @ezbot.com. Or you can join the waitlist for EasyBot by going to EasyBot.com.
I'm already on the wait list, people. Yay. So get on it. Get on it.
Front of the line, Amy. Front of the line.
Always. Yael.
Facebook is always, I guess, easier. Just Yael Kabili, shoot me a message and I'll answer, or email yael@ekabili.com.
Awesome. And Yana?
Facebook is also good, or Instagram. Just type my name. I'm not gonna pronounce it because nobody's gonna remember it. And also my email, jana@ylt-translations.com.
Love it. Thank you, ladies, so much. Thanks everybody for being here and watching, and go get your ticket for Branded by Women, you crazy people. We'll see you there.
Yes.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.